Hi guys, Craig here and welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be doing a test on the Renogy 220 watt portable solar panel. Now Renogy refer to this as the E-Flex panel and it comes in different outputs. So I've got the 220 watt output, which is what I said, and just looking at the specs here, it's about 9 kilos. You can see the dimensions there if you want to zoom in on those and take a look. Open circuit voltages, etc. Nothing unusual there. And it's MC4 connectors, which may or may not cause a bit of hassle for some people. You might have to do an adapter, MC4 to Anderson, or cut off the MC4 plugs if you choose, or just use the MC4 plugs. So the interesting I noted was that the maximum power output at STC, which is standard test conditions, is 220 watt. And we know standard test conditions are 1000 watts per square metre. So what I'll do is I've got the test meter there so I can test the light conditions to do a fair test on the panel. It's outside now, so we'll just run outside. So beautiful day here today on the far south coast of New South Wales as usual. So it comes in this padded bag, so you can see the footprint there is not overly big. So it's a mildly padded bag. It's probably good enough to protect it. It's an interesting coating that they put on this panel, and I'll go more into about that coating a bit later on. Grab handles there, so when you fold the panel up, it fits nicely into this bag. The thing that I'm not sure about is these legs. It's taken me a couple of times to get used to them as they just fold up. Now, it's probably good enough. I've pulled it in and out now probably, 3 or 4 times, and the more you do it, the easier it is to set up. So setup, not really an issue. There's the MC4s, as I said, and I've just done an MC4 to Anderson adapter over there on the ground. So beautiful day today. We'll test this panel under standard test conditions. Hopefully we'll get to 1000 watts per square metre. If we don't, well, it's going to be what it's going to be. We're doing real world testing here, so we'll see how this panel performs. Yeah, that's about it. I'll run some tests throughout the day. I've got it set up on the test rig, testing its output. It's reasonably early in the morning, so the sun's not overly that high. Got my off-sider, Clifford's with me today. So at the moment that panel is putting out 145 watts, which I'd say that's not too bad, because if we grab the light meter and we flick it on, bear with me, so we'll just run out here again. Just pop that down on the panel, and we're getting 750 watts per square metre. So standard test conditions are 1000 watts per square metre, as I keep saying. So that watts per square metre will go up as the day progresses. So it will output more. So initially, what do I think? This time of the morning, 143 watts as it's outputting now. I think that's quite acceptable for that panel. Let's have a look at the voltages there. You can see those. So solar's fluctuating. It's around 19-20 volts. Current 7.6 amps. And we're putting 10.3 amps into the battery. So again, we know that because the voltage is at 19 volts with current 7 amps, when you drop the battery voltage to 13.4 volts as it is there, the amps go up. So it's putting out 10.4 amps output. So nothing unusual there. So I'll keep testing this throughout the day. I've got a test battery on the bench over there, and I've got that at about 50% capacity. So I know that it's not going to go into absorption anytime soon. So one of the key features Renogy claim on this panel is the efficiency and the durability due to the ETFE film coating, which will boost the power output due to the 95% light transparency. They're also saying it reduces the risk of micro cracks. giving the panel an over 10-year lifespan, and that's compared to the old PET coating solar panels. So whether that's true or not, I have no idea. I've never looked into coatings on solar panels, but somebody else out there on the channel, please feel free to comment and give me your opinion. Better still, if you can link me to some facts on that, that'd be great as well. Okay, so it's a new day and I'm back testing the Renogy 220 watt portable solar panel, and you can see just there it's going up and down a little bit. There's a little bit of scattered cloud around today, but it's, you know, it's fairly good conditions. I've checked with the light meter, and I'll just insert that in a second, and you'll see that it's getting well over 1,000 watts per square metre, and as per the data sheet, this panel should achieve 220 watts at 1,000 watts per square metre at, I believe, 25 degrees C. So it's about 26 degrees today, so that really shouldn't affect it. That's close enough to standard test conditions. It's real world here. I'm doing what I can do. I've just seen 194 watts there, so that's pretty good. I would have expected this panel to be doing, you know, 200 watts plus, and it's getting very close to it. So I'm going to put it up against Old Faithful so you get a bit of an idea of what's going on. Let's just have a look at the peak here. So 185 watts is what it's showing there, but it did ramp up a little bit higher than that. I think it was 194, I think I saw. So we'll just go outside. You can see it's quite nice today. I'll swap over. There's Old Faithful there. There's the Renogy panel. We're about midday and we're facing northish. Good enough for what, you know, my tests are. So I'll just swap over the panel now. Plug in Old Faithful. Just bear with me a second. There we go. So you see that the leg's down a little bit on this. I've played with it a little bit and I just can't get it to sit up. It is what it is. Look, I'm not really a fan of these legs, but it does keep the weight down, and I guess it does do the job. But you see we've got little humps and bumps. Yep, it is what it is. So that should have ramped up now, so we'll just go back inside and have a look. Okay, so Old Faithful's now plugged in. Bit of a delay there, had a lunch break. So, and as you can see, 82 watts now. Old Faithful normally puts out between that 60 and 80, and 80 means it's an exceptional day. So seeing the 194 on the Renogy panel is about to be expected. What I might do is move the pedals around a little bit, direct them closer to the sun, and just double check the results. But look, I think it's fine. I'm pretty sure that 194 watts, look, it may peak a little bit more, but I think we're pretty much there or thereabouts. So you can see the sun's coming in and out a little bit there, but it is what it is. I can't choose the weather. Okay, so just one final test. Reposition the solar panels, pointed them more at the sun. I've got the Renogy panel plugged in. We'll just see what it's outputting. Oh, there we go. Again, that sun's coming in and out, but I just saw over 190 watt. There we go. Sun's back out over it. So solid 190 watt, guys. Yep, I'm happy with that. I just thought I'd look up the price of the Renogy panel, and it's $649.99, so let's call it $650. And you can get some bonus credit or something there with Super Cheap Auto if you choose to. So look, this is not a cheap panel, but it did produce 194 watts. So to me, that's a pass. 194 out of 200, you know, you're starting to split hairs. You know, when we talk STC conditions, you know, it's at 25 degrees C, 1,000 watts per square metre. I keep saying it, but to be fair for this panel, 194 out of 220, that's a pass. I'm not going to complain about that. It's good enough. So there it is there. Max powered STC, 220 watt. So it is what it is. So there you go, guys. I hope you like that one. That's the Renogy 220 watt portable folding solar panel. I think it's reasonable quality panel. It is expensive at $650. You guys make up your own mind. If you choose to buy one, you can. Just in the background, that's Old Faithful there. The sun's now in and out of the clouds, so that's why we're not getting much out of that. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there. I think it's a pass. Clifford, are you happy with that? Yep, Clifford's happy. I got the nod. So thanks for tuning in. Like and subscribe, and there'll be more Renogy products being tested on the channel over the coming months.